Hey, you creeper! It's upside down.
Welcome back to Button Mash.
Mug smash.
I am Noisy Face.
I am Paladevin. And man, guys, we weren't here last month, but we're here this month.
Adulting. Shit gets busy, mate.
Yeah, adulting that had absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with an Ashcroft or a Kennedy. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Guys, it has been a crazy February. It has been a crazy March. What have you been up to, Noisy?
The salmon. When am I ever not? Actually, no. I actually recently started. I hit the Sinfinity and Beyond challenge hard.
To Sinfinity and Beyond.
In January. And then I got burnt out of the Sims. That was coming off like the depression of losing the job. And so I looked back because I just played another episode of Garden Legacy, another episode of Tiny Town, and it had been since October, y'all. So back to Simmon.
In fairness,
Simmon makes me feel good. Dun, dun, dun.
I actually don't remember the last time I played The Sims. And we are in the midst of a challenge, so that's going to present a problem. Yeah.
Well, not really, because you were beating me by like 8.
Well, that's true. I at least had a lead, but I'm sure by now, if you're not beating me, then you're probably.
I might be beating you by 1, or we might be tied.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Just gonna say, don't worry, it's all here because we have ways to track that and see if I'm still really destroying you.
What have you been playing if you haven't been playing The Sims? If you said Resident Evil, you win.
Busted. Resident Evil 9 came out last month. Large part as to why last month did kind of get put off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had a lot going on, but then that particular game, we'll go into a little bit of our thoughts and everything, but of course I played through the whole game, but you also played through the whole game.
Mostly. Like, I played through 98% of that game.
Oh, that's right. I did help you with
one parts for me in Raccoon City.
That's true. I was the Lego builder man for you. But in large part, you did beat the game. I think that's a part where
on story mode. On story mode. And we were talking about the fact that there's 2 different kinds of players.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who will give Resident Evil 9 10 out of 10. And there's people who will give it a generous 7 out of 10. I did not expect a 7.
The only bit that I have about this is with the recent release of Pokopia, that's also kind of taken the Nintendo world by storm.
Right.
And you had made mention like, oh, that's doing the rounds and reviews.
Well, yeah.
I actively researched just for today, just for this piece, because I knew it was coming up, the difference in reviews and volume. Is Resident Evil 9 it's got the same Metacritic score for critic reviews as Pokopia at 89, but it has about 50% more reviews on it. And then you look at the universal reviews, so community, right? So right. As consumers, I think Pokopia had, like, when I looked, it was over 800. And Resident Evil's beating it, by the way.
I will say,
Acclaim, Resident Evil has 11, almost 12,000 user reviews.
Resident Evil is a lot more accessible.
Yes,
to play
it is.
Poketopia or whatever the fuck it is, you have to have a Switch.
Yeah,
too.
You're locked to the Switch,
and it's
too.
Fucking expensive. Yeah. But, like, also, if you played Minecraft, Farming, Stardew Valley, Conglomerate, you've played them all. So that I should know.
At least I'll say Resident Evil does try to innovate a little bit.
Also, though, is not every game can be a 10 out of 10. If you're going to do a ranking system at some point,
that's true.
You got to dock some shit. So you think about your ultimate go-to, like if it's going to be Dino Crisis or if it's going to be like Legend of Dragoon or whatever. What makes that more special than Resident Evil 9? And that's where I'm at. I'll have a review video coming out later. In April, and it will be all the games that I've beaten in the first quarter of the year with some liberties But it's not going to top Astrobot for me. It's really not. Astrobot is my 10 out of 10 right now.
Well, the best I could say about review stuff is, like, if you can, limit it to the year it comes out. It makes it a lot easier. Because you're right. Games like Final Fantasy X, those were 100 out of 10 when it came out. Like, that was like, it was like that and like Kingdom Hearts and Resident Evil 4, and it was like, throw everything else in the bin.
Right.
Like, those games were so far above the status quo, whether it be Kingdom Hearts or Kingdom Hearts 2, whatever like your flavor is. I think a lot of people would also maybe throw like Metal Gear Solid in there too.
Yeah. Or like
San Andreas
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was thinking PS2 era when Final Fantasy X came out, right?
Unclear.
But like Resident Evil 9 in 2026, there's nothing close. There's nothing right now in the first 3 months of the year that has released. Safer, maybe Pokotopia.
I can't say that because I personally have not played many new games because of the buying freeze. So I can't weigh on that either.
Well, that's true. And I did make mention of like some wish list stuff we'll get into. Only reason I say that is you wouldn't be able to count like Fatal Frame because that's a remake. So Fatal Frame, you know, that's you got to go back to the PS2 era, right?
I haven't even played the demo of that. I've been busy, man.
It really is Poketopia versus Resident Evil, and until further notice, I think the public has probably spoken in high demand for Resident Evil, at least right now. So we'll see though, because Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to come out.
Sexy Leon Kennedy does not hurt things.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, don't worry, though. This isn't going to be solely devoted to Resident Evil 9. I know the hype train was very heavy leading up to the launch of that game, and it's a fantastic game. And like Noisy said, if you're doing an overall rating structure, that's where it does become a little more imperative, where you're going to see high 7s or 8s or something like that. When you're talking about the all-time greatest video game in the world, like when you're having the talk of like Final Fantasy X or Zelda Ocarina of Time or something like that, she's 100% right. There's going to be a lot of 9s in there, because to achieve a perfect 10, I don't know, and this is with Resident Evil 9 being kind of at the front of the pack with RE4 Remake. I don't know if there's a perfect 10 Resident Evil game out there. I don't even know if Dino Crisis is a perfect 10. For me personally, I think there's only 2 perfect 10 video games in existence. And the reason I say that is because there's a difference between your favorite game and a perfect game.
I don't know. You said Blitzball and I stopped listening.
Blitzball is fantastic. It's so good, and I think I'm like one of 10 people who respects the ball. But yeah, little rant aside, because I actually had it mentioned in here that we were probably going to go over some of the review stuff, because it's fun to look at that and see what's garnering praise and what different opinions have. Like you brought this up about Clair Obscur. It's like, despite how good it seems, that's not going to be a game that necessarily tugs at you.
I don't think I will ever play Clair Obscur. No, I mean, because I asked you what the plot was. That does not make me want to play it more. Although it is very intriguing. I do enjoy a twist on a twist, which is all I will say about that.
Final Fantasy X.
The other thing is, it just like, it doesn't grasp me. I mean, everybody's like, oh, the beginning, it's so blah. And I'm like, actually, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, I'm bored.
That dog loves FF10. That is a very real thing. When I was doing my Switch playthrough, I'd have it undocked. He would sit here and just watch. Huh. Proof is in the pudding.
And the song Crazy Train.
Yes. But that's, we all respect Ozzy. You are more the resident Xboxer around here than I am.
You know what I was just thinking? So, you know that line in Mean Girls?
Which one?
Where they're like, I saw Catty Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, and so I bought army pants and flip-flops. That's what this is. I saw Gabe making a Steam machine. So I'm gonna build an Xbox to play Steam games, baby.
So just in case you guys aren't tuned up with March, yep, that's Project Helix in a nutshell. Okay, so first off, we changed the name, and I know all these names don't really matter. You know, Xbox Series X was Project Scarlet, which sounded way
Xbox
cooler.
X.
Yeah, Xbox Sex even sounded better than Xbox Series X. At least you're getting something out of that. But as I digress, I'm not about plugging holes in the Xbox. Here's the deal. Xbox Magnus, bro. That sounds freaking awesome, right?
That sounds like a condom. That's
and
all I'm
dang straight. Yeah, and you want to talk about from putting holes in to now getting hold? Xbox Magnus. See, Satya, you need me on your marketing team. We changed that to Project Helix.
Yeah, because it's a double helix. It's the best of
Oh, I know.
both helixes. You gotta do this. You gotta do this move when you do the helix.
Project Helix. All right.
I swear I'm smart. I swear.
This is
not Helix.
this is our critique of the new Xbox. Not any of the GDC crap. No, it's Helix. Best of both Helixes. Xbox. Like, oh my god. Maybe you should run that. They're a joke, man. The only thing I like about what they've talked about this thing, which hasn't been a lot, is they mentioned there's going to be more emphasis that they want to drive toward back compat, which we've heard before. But what I will say is Xbox has at least committed in a lot of phases with that. I can play a lot of 360 games and even some OG Xbox games right on the Series X, which is pretty cool. So Helix is kind of trying to do more of that, it sounds like. But then what you said is, okay, so it's like the PC hybrid thing, which I know, you're trying to do what the Steam machine's doing and what everyone else is doing. But, like, why should I buy this over a Steam machine?
I mean, I guess my point is, why should I buy it over a computer, depending on what price point it comes out at? Because if you're not doing what PlayStation is doing and saying, hey, some of these are only going to be exclusive to console, then you really don't have me in the point of value. Again, it might be value to, like I was saying, if you don't already have a PC and this is your edge in.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think those are your demographics. If the price is right, you get somebody introing into PC who, again, it's going to depend on the price of the Steam machine as well as a competitor who might be interested.
I don't think we're seeing the Steam machine release on time, given the RAM. Whatever RAM is doing.
Yeah, so what they originally said was they were going to release like Q1. And we're already in March. There's no way.
They're not going to be able to keep up with supply and demand, is what I'm meaning.
Yeah.
Is because they still have Steam Deck orders that they have not fulfilled. So now is not the time.
God bless pawn shops. Thank you, Steam Deck.
Which is with the Steam Deck we have is non-existent.
Yeah.
Anymore.
The old LCD edition, because we're not super filthy rich to go straight to Valve and be like, hey, give me an OLED edition maximum for like $800. I'm like, I like my LCD screen. It's doing great.
You know what, though?
Plays FF7.
That's a great segue, because you would think that we are super stinking rich by just coming in and looking at the amount of systems that we have.
Yes.
We got an OG Wii now,
yes.
baby, not just a Wii U.
So courtesy of my sister going through her old stuff and allowing us to go through her old stuff, we have significantly upgraded the addition of an original Game Boy Color, Nintendo Wii. There's a Xbox 360 in tow that's still being troubleshot to see if that's a thing. We've got a Nintendo 64.
What's
and a lot of games.
The Sega.
we got a few of those portable Sega Genesis as well, where it's just the cart and boom. Haven't tested those. There is one cart in there that we got. Uh, I've been mostly very, very, very infatuated with the Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
Like
and then
GoldenEye
we did
007,
not
baby.
come home with the Game Boy Color Rugrats on the Game Boy Color.
Oh yeah, we did.
We did come home with it. Okay,
We
well
did.
I stand corrected. We did not come home with the DS and the extra PlayStation 3 though. But I will say it was fun that day when we were all testing it and to see, the 18-year-old children getting their Tommy Pickles on and being like, why do I only use 2 buttons? And we're like, it's a Game Boy Color, brah.
Yep, there it is. I even
There you
got
go,
a little
there you
whiteboard
go.
and everything. There she
Game
is.
Boy Color.
She lives. And yes, that was probably the coolest part about it was you're sitting on the back patio and you're so used to, oh, everyone's thumbing through their phones or something like that. And this was just one of
Sit
those.
the fuck down. You gotta focus.
Well, I'm trying to get back in focus. But it was the idea that, oh my god, it's just gonna mess with me now.
You fucked it up.
I did. All right.
1 hour later.
Look at me, I'm an expert in troubleshooting. If nothing else, we're clearer now than we ever were. Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
To just, again, we're in a society of constant overstimulation, right? And I know having a Game Boy on hand doesn't really help that, but it's a different type of stimulation than rolling through TikTok or Facebook or anything like that.
Well, I've thought about
Like-
this. I've thought about this quite a bit, and it was when we were playing Astrobot.
Astrobot.
So I get this statement that video gaming is still screen time. You come to me after you've beaten a hard level in Astrobot, and we will talk about the different way that your brain works. Because we were even saying when our niece came over and was playing it after we had just beaten it, it was like you could feel the muscle memory in your brain of like, hit this button, now hit this button, now double hit, double
Mhm.
tap this button. You can literally feel your brain turning.
Yeah.
And that's got to be worth something other than just watching things,
It's an element, and I know we've talked about this potentially ad nauseum at this point, but like it's an element of critical thinking. So yes, you're still, I'm still on PlayStation or Xbox or Steam or whatever, but I'm figuring stuff out. If I'm playing something like Ballatron or something like that, okay, I gotta figure out how to get the ball there. Sometimes you can brute force it, but other times you can't. So you gotta kind of plan around stuff. Or we've talked about Kingdom Hearts before. Well, when you're on proud mode, you can't just go mowing through everybody like you did back on beginner.
Right.
Like now you really gotta lean into the mechanics a little bit. I know that a lot about Kingdom Hearts 2 is you gotta get real friendly with parrying,
QTEs.
with guarding.
QTEs
to be
and
really
then
good at that.
your drive form, because I don't think I can hotkey it. I think I have to scroll
Yeah,
to activate it, but I don't remember. I don't know. I don't Kingdom Hearts 2 enough.
yeah. It's been a while. Like I've thought about it because I know you've messed with it recently. But yeah, while we're on the tail of PlayStation coming off of the Xbox stuff, PlayStation rolled out their little fidelity update, the temporal upscaler PSSR 2. They debuted that baby with the one game that you probably should have debuted it with because Resident Evil 9 looks very good with it. Now I know first thing you're gonna roll up in the comments and be like, but Tevin, they took the ray tracing off. Oh, they did. In one spot of Raccoon City. The rest of the game looks fine. And I'm hoping that that's only going to be out for a short time because the whole game looks really good with that upscaler on.
Mhm.
And you and I, we did the comparison, the PC,
Right.
and I was surprised that it was doing what it was doing.
I have only played the PlayStation one, but I will say that what I liked is it ran very smooth.
But yeah, that upscaler I read today, actually, There are already games that are confirming themselves to have the PSSR 2 upscaling support when it does do its full launch. I think that's in a couple weeks. But 2 of them being our boys at Remedy with Alan Wake 2 and Control.
Nice.
So 2 very awesome games that will look even better if that upscaler's dialed in. So pretty excited about that. New Xbox, new PlayStation. Where would we be on this channel if we weren't talking about new Sims stuff?
Oh yeah, the marketplace.
That's right, the
Okay.
marketplace.
Sims fandom gonna come at me. But I'll tell you what, okay? Here's the thing. First of all,
It was her.
Fortnite does this. Okay? I don't hear y'all whining about V-Bucks. So don't come whining to me about moolah or moo coins or whatever the fuck it is.
Moo coins.
I think it's moolah, but I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is.
Moolah.
Cow plant money. You dirty, filthy cow plant money. Here's the thing. Y'all are getting mod support on a console. Shut your face.
That's pretty sick.
Say thank you.
Yeah.
And take what you can. Nothing in it. This always frustrates me about The Sims. If you don't want to spend your money on it, don't.
Then don't.
Then don't.
Yeah.
If you want to spend your money on it, then do it. As a matter of fact, now is the time. If you've always wanted all the expansion packs for a reasonable cost, I know $300 ain't gonna sound reasonable, but let me tell you, I've spent over $1,000 on what you would get in the bundle that you get for $300 right now. For every 2 people that abstain from buying, 10 are going to buy.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is at The Sims.
Well, and yeah, that's with a lot of things. Is the idea of voting with your wallet only matters in high volumes. Now, I still do this. Like, I'm not a huge fan of where a lot of gaming has gone this leading up to this year, and I've abstained from purchases both with that in mind, but also with working on my back catalog a little bit in mind as well. So it's kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. But I hear that conversation a lot about the oh, well, at least over on my side of the fence, it's always, well, I'm not going to pay $70 to get X amount of time.
Yes.
Oh, well, people can beat this game in 2 hours. I'm not paying $70 for that. People might be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot guarantee for one that you're one of those people.
It's what you and I talked about. I think my completion
There are
time
elements
was
of it.
either 5 hours or just under,
You are 100% wrong.
or maybe it was 10. Anyway, whatever my completion
For Resident
time
Evil,
was.
you
Yeah.
were at 10.
10?
Yeah.
So,
You
If
beat
you
it faster
take-
than me.
you know, if you take that idea and you say, okay, it's this much per hour, I feel I got my money's worth. But if you're Devin and you're going to play this game over and over and over, at that point, it's like your mom always says, when you buy a new pair of shoes and you pay $70 for those shoes, and you take every day that you wear those shoes and you divide that by 70, you're paying like a penny.
It's pennies.
For those
Yeah.
shoes, basically.
Yeah.
So it's all your value. And I mean, the thing that I would be excited for is, y'all know The Sims has these little mini events, right? And I find some of them really entertaining, and then some of them I'm just like, I don't care. I don't have time with what I'm doing right now in my hobby space and my workspace to start a whole new playthrough as Lemon Grab. And let me just tell you,
Sorry.
I don't feel that would have been worth it, because all you did was like call a lady and look through bookshelves, and it was like, learn about these new families in the royalty pack. If I wanted to learn about the NPCs in The Sims, I would play without my own custom save. I don't care. But what would be exciting in the future is, instead of just giving us stuff that you unlock, like new traits, new items, things like that, what if you give us the cow plant money? The dirty, stinking cow plant money. And then we can redeem it for whatever we want.
That will likely be an incentive. Look at other models. You know, it's like you said with Fortnite.
Yeah.
You put the miles in with Fortnite, you can get some of that and some of your V-Buck action back. completing battle pass challenges or whatever. But I see it in large part with like Disney Dreamlight, where you can get the for doing the photo op
Yeah, your
challenges.
moonstones.
You can get moonstones
Yeah,
for that.
I
So
think it's a great
that's
idea.
probably
I really
coming. And the other bit of Sims news I actually saw earlier today, Sims Stories, some kind of mobile game, is closed. It's gone. They're done with it. They're not doing it anymore. So I don't know if you know any more detail about that, but I did see people posting about it like, thank goodness no more mobile game, but then there were other people going like, well, they're not doing anything with the IP at all. At this point, they should just sell the game.
I don't think we need a Sims 5. Because all it's going to do is what Sims 4 did and build from the ground up of all these old packs and put them in whatever the graphic style is. I don't think you're really going to get anything new and big. I think The Sims has run its course. Just like I don't think that we need a Kingdom Hearts 4. I think Kingdom Hearts has run its course. I think you could do spin-offs in the Kingdom Hearts universe, but I think we are done with the main story, whatever the fuck it is, Nomura. We're done.
I mean,
with the Kingdom Hearts.
I'll give you Kingdom Hearts 3 did put a subtle bow on things. I'm not talking about Remind because I haven't done any of that. I'm talking about just the base game. It does put a pretty solid bow on stuff if you want to, in the same way that Resident Evil 5 put a bow on, like, if they wanted to stop Resident Evil, that would have been one of the absolute best places to stop doing Resident Evil, if not the best. Like, there were no threads. Chris and Wesker's chapter ended, albeit explosively, but it did end. Like, it's over. And that's how Kingdom Hearts should have been.
Again, don't come at me, fandom, but I don't think we need a Kingdom Hearts 1 remake. I think that is bullshit, mama. I don't think we need it. I don't think it's happening.
No, I think that got debunked. While we touched on this a little bit. Sorry, Kingdom Hearts, I just keep getting pulled in there. But we're talking about all the Sims stuff. And our challenge. And I actually have.
Okay, I have
my trophies.
I screenshotted for just this conversation.
She didn't want to pull up the PlayStation app.
I did. What do you think about screenshot?
Then why did you screenshot it?
Oh?
Just scroll, homie.
All right. I have 1 gold trophy.
Ooh.
6 silver trophies.
Wow.
And 37 bronze trophies.
Wow. I have 39 bronze trophies and 3 silver trophies.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, the gold one I have, it was procured recently, March 2nd. And that is Alphabet Legacy.
When did you get it?
March 2nd.
Oh yeah, you did say that, didn't you? My last trophy was The Pen is Mightier back on January 24th. The Alphabet Legacy is 26 generations, people.
Yes. I did do the Devon way of adopting children because I liked your strategy for triplets of just getting all the chicks, all the single ladies. Some of them aren't single.
Mama brings how the Sims to the yard.
And getting them super fertile and then impregnating all of them and then moving them out and rinsing and repeating. Plus, I get to play as Deuce Bigelow, so, you know.
We all know about Deucey. He's a gigolo. How many chicks has Deuce seduced?
2.
Who?
2. Someone Kim Lewis, who I'm sure is married. And then it's always Liberty Lee. She a hoe.
Liberty.
Pocho.
Liberty. Liberty.
Liberty. Liberty.
Yep. She
Lee.
She was my character's first love when I started this trophy challenge. So I get it, Deuce. It's coming down, like, the funny thing was when we talked about this, when we were coming into it, and like this was like middle of last year.
Yeah.
we were both like, man, this is gonna take forever. And the only reason this has taken a while, I feel like, is because we've been doing other games.
Well, I
like,
think in
if
classic,
Resident Evil 9 doesn't come out,
the way
I could
that
have the
I've
platinum.
always played The Sims is I play it for days, day after day after day after day, non-stop. It's all I do. And then I'm
Facts.
like, this is boring.
Oh
And then
yeah,
I
you get
play
the
something
burnout.
else.
Yeah.
And then I come back to it months later.
That's fair. Yeah, you get burned out on stuff. Like, and that's, I think I ran 5 playthroughs, 6 with you for Resident Evil to get the platinum. And then it's like, all right, nest egg before I look at it on Steam or something like that. Like, and that's just, you keep the freshness. You don't want it to go stale.
Are you gonna get the Shrek mod?
So I've already loaded some mods in. I have to find Shrek.
It's the shirtless Leon Kennedy mod. Devin is a
yeah.
sucker
I
for
haven't.
shirtless Leon.
I haven't, but I should, and then I should probably just find like some ridiculous anime boobs mod for Grace or something, just to really fill her out. And then if I could find one for the big monster too, just
The Shrek mod.
no, that's for Chunk.
Oh.
I'm talking about the chick monster that chases you around. I gotta find a James mod for her.
Okay.
I did see the Michael Jackson noises for Lickers are back, so I want to find that. Just come up. I just
That
think
room
of
is
your
gonna be
tense moment with the
insane.
liquor.
Oh my god.
Like, so there's some fun stuff out there, but mine in large part was the framework. But this recent patch they put out might have broken that, so we'll see. That's just how it goes.
Welcome to the world of simming.
I feel like
Why
it's
you
a
should
welcome
be
to the world of
happy,
modding, really.
Which is why you should be happy that there's a place to pay for your... And it's all CC. None of it is script mods. If you know, you know. And I used to run a lot of CC and a lot of script mods. And then I was like, well, why? What's the point of buying 50 million packs if I'm not going to use the hair and the clothes and the things that
Right.
they give me? And
That they give
and
you.
then all these
yeah.
opportunities. So right now, the only mod that I'm running is a script mod, and it's because I don't like whatever Romance Pack did to the game. I hate when you've gone on like 2 dates and then you like don't talk to somebody for 24 hours and it's like romantic satisfaction ended and then you have no romance. Fuck off.
Well,
Fuck off, game.
hold on though. There is an element of realism there.
It's 24
Like,
hours.
say you and I, we were dating, right? We're not together the way we are now,
Okay.
but we go on 2 dates, and then I just ghost you for 24
For
hours.
24 hours.
No text, no talk. I just ghost you. Is there gonna be a
That's-
part of
That's
you?
your bar?
Well, but is there gonna be a part of you that
Okay.
just goes like, man, is he not interested in
No,
me?
it's 24 hours.
If day 1 doesn't work for you, it's probably like day 3. Your eggs are scrambling. You're okay. Maybe I misread this situation.
Maybe, but not 24 hours. Like, come on.
You know who we should ask? Haley Joel, because we haven't mentioned him in a while. Haley, 24 hours or a week? Would you be nervous? Or is it somewhere in between? Let us know in the comments, Haley. Yeah, oh God.
What are you drinking today?
That is about
I
where
already know because I bought it.
this is New Belgium Belgian Reserve Honey Orange Tripel.
It's very good.
It is very good. It is, I'm just going to rattle this off of the top of my head. I would say it's a Belgian style ale brewed with wild African honey and fresh ground Seville orange peel.
And if it doesn't call you after 24 hours, I wish it would.
Then you-
I could be like, fuck that beer. I would.
Then you go to the old reliable Bud Light because it's always there for you. No, it is very
How
good.
much just waiting, stalking your DMs.
Oh yeah, dude, Bud Light's just sitting there like, relationship status changed. Yes. I love you, Bud Light.
That should be the next Bud Light Super Bowl commercial right there. We just wrote it for you.
Yeah, there you go.
We just wrote it for you. Bud Light,
Yeah.
the beer that's there for you.
Oh, see? See? We're on it today. We had the Helix
We did.
marketing, and now we've got the beer. Yeah. Project Helix. Double the Helix. All right. Well, I think it's about time to shut off the lights, close out the studio, because, man, we've covered a lot of stuff. Like, what the hell, Kingdom Hearts, though, monopolizing.
What do you... No, you skipped a thing, and I didn't take screenshots for nothing, okay?
Oh.
Because first of all,
The Sims?
I
We already
still
did that.
can't play Bloomtail. It's not out.
Oh, we're talking
And
about
I don't know if it will
Oh,
ever be
you're
out.
talking about the wish list,
But
aren't you?
yeah, okay. So the two,
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of this because there's two games that I recently added to my wish list, and one I could have bought because it was like $2, $2.99, and I haven't because I am abstaining. But it is My Voice Zoo because it just entertains me. And then the other one I added recently, which is not out yet, and I cannot buy because it's not out yet, is May or May Not. KNOTT.
So, like, Slipknot.
No. But
KNOT.
but look, okay, so I edited the last video, and now I might hijack this one to edit to put that trailer.
Just to put
Slipknot.
Slipknot in there. I know why you played me. What was it called?
May or May Not.
May or may not. See, you're welcome, Slipknot.
Spoilers, it is a farming game
No.
where you help creepy Halloween things.
Do you tie knots?
I don't know. That seems like a pivotal question.
I was gonna say, why would you have knot in your name in that fashion?
I mean,
Not
I
have
don't
anything
know
to do with knots.
a whole lot about
There's
it.
a lot of
I
knots.
saw like one trailer and the demo was out on Next Fest, but it has no release date. So just like Bloomtail has no release date.
Okay. So while we're talking about the wish list thing, because my wish list hasn't changed. It's still got all the same stuff. James Bond, Dragon
Let
Quest
me put this
7
shocking point
Remastered.
about what you've added
everything.
and then have me not add anything.
Well, it's because I knew you would have added stuff. See, I'm a nice guy. I let you have your spotlight.
You let me talk about May
Yeah.
or May Not.
Yeah, Anyway, here's the thing. Has there been anything that has almost knocked you off the wagon?
No. And I was talking about this the other day, how I think the buying freeze is going to change my mentality, because a lot of the times I would buy a game when it was on a sale being like, oh, this is only $5, and that's part of the reason our backlog looks the way that it does. Where now I'm thinking, okay, now that I have this stipulation, it's, am I going to drop everything that I am doing just to play this thing that I'm going to buy for $2.99? The answer to that is no. No, I am not. So why would I spend $2.99 for it to sit there for who knows how many years now?
Combat the FOMO. It's a very real thing. And it is hard. But I will say, like, I technically have fallen off of the wagon. Because when we got all of our Wii stuff, we also got a
Oh, that's
very,
true.
very beaten up, inoperable copy of Wii Sports. I was able to procure one. You were there.
Well, that technically doesn't
So,
count.
in a sense,
because you
I
already
fell off a
own the
little.
game. You're replacing at that point.
That's fair. But I think stuff like that, little additions, platform additions, just what I was originally going to, and then I remembered that I bought Wii Sports. It's just looking around and noticing, like, all of what you got.
Right.
And it's not so much like feeling guilty about how you got there, but it's just taking inventory. Like right now, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII on the Steam Deck with a bunch of mods and everything. The original, not remake or rebirth, whatever. I'm just playing the original game, and I've got voice acting, I got chibi mods, I got great HD textures, all kinds of fun stuff. Even a revamped soundtrack to boot. Like, but just pausing to play that game.
Yeah, well, and it's funny that you say that
you're
because
enjoying the library regardless of if
I
it's
didn't
new or
have
not.
on my docket Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2, and then I found the Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer. I've never before played a randomizer. It's been an experience.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and on the other side of that coin is, you know, sitting out here waiting for, you know, my job to call me back on when things were going to start and just being in that other sense of limbo, off of a sense of limbo. It was like Paper Mario was just what the doctor ordered. And now it is my mission to play all of the Paper Marios that we own, which I think in total is like 4.
Oh, let's see. So you did Thousand Year Door.
Mm-hmm. And Origami King I'm playing now, and then we have Sticker Star.
Uh-huh.
So that's 3.
I think that's what we have.
Is there 3?
But we have a Nintendo 64 now. Which means we can track down the original Paper Mario.
True.
Which was on 64, just to see how that does too. That's some of the fun of it. Like, I know it's really easy, especially like in my case, you get overwhelmed with all the options and stuff, to where it's, oh, well, maybe I should pare it out, get rid of a bunch of things and everything. It's like, well, then there's going to be a day. I know this sounds like such a hoarder mentality, where you're just like, oh, dude, I want to play GoldenEye. Okay, yeah, GoldenEye's on Xbox on Game Pass, but GoldenEye's on N64 in there. Like, and there is a difference playing like original hardware versus emulation versus Game Pass, whatever.
Well, no, because
Like,
you and I haven't talked about this
there's
too,
a vibe.
about how, you know, with everything that we have, there's really not a need to get whatever next gen game system is coming out, and
yeah,
we have waffled back and forth many a time on the Switch too, because we have
Switch 2.
two Switch OLEDs that we could trade one of them in. But the thing with the Switch 2 is it's not, number one, the cost, because it's insane for what it is. And number 2, and let me elaborate actually. Let me backtrack it. So for me, it's too much for what it is because I have so many options. It's not my only system.
That's what works.
It's not my
against it.
primary play. You know, and then I mean, where I do love Mario, I'm not going to buy the Nintendo Switch 2 just to play Mario Kart. I'm not a Mario Kart kid. I'm not a Pokemon kid. The Donkey Kong
Pokopia.
does not look like Donkey Kong to me.
Whoa.
So I would not buy it for Donkey Kong. And spoilers, I would not buy it for Resident Evil. So that leaves me kind of sitting there. Are we getting a new Harvest Moon? Yes, but I can also play that on the Switch along with the 4 other Harvest Moons
I'm sorry, I'm still.
that I have not finished. Hi.
Will not buy it for Resident Evil.
No. It's not a 10 out of 10 for me.
It's an IGN 7. No, I agree. The hard hitting first party stuff, like, I mean, the first 3D Donkey Kong since DK64 is cool. A new Mario Kart has been long overdue, but to have those be your driving system seller, especially when your predecessor launched with Breath of the Wild, like, that's hard to beat, dude. You're not gonna get a better launch title on a platform than that game. You won't. Like, I urge you to look at the launch of any other video game system ever and see if they beat the launch of Breath of the Wild with the Switch. The day the Switch launched, out came that game, and that was just, that took the world by storm. But But yeah, the variety aspect works against the Switch too. It works against really everything. Like I personally, as the current gen stance, is nothing against Project Helix because I have no interest in the PlayStation 6 and what they're talking about that. I think the buck is starting to really stop here where future investment can just be, oh, okay, if we're going to pay a premium, why don't we upgrade to go DDR5
Mm-hmm.
and start building a computer
Well, and I will
to
say too,
do that and have the Steam Deck
we're not
complement
usually
it.
early adopters of the new console, and what I will say is that if we would have waited and got a Switch 2, like, or a Switch 2, we would have gotten like a PlayStation 5 yesterday. You know, you walk in again, guys, go to your pawn shops. You can get
Every time, baby.
a PS5 with a disc tray for $360.
Yeah.
And that it's what? 5 years old? 4 years old?
It's
Something like that.
something. It was during COVID, so yeah, it was what, around 6 when we got ours. And this is my second round with early adoption. I feel like I did get burned a little bit, even though I do think that the PS5 Pro is what the PS5 should have been. They should have just waited and done this. But like when I early adopted and got the PS4 from Arena Center, that was another one where I had Call of Duty Ghosts and I had Watch Dogs. And I'm not a Killzone guy, so that didn't really frazzle me. But it wasn't long before it was like, oh, there's something here. Like, where the PS5, I feel like hasn't really had that. Like, you get Sparks, you get Astrobot, you get, like, Ghost of Yotei looks really good. But just, like, a real driver that isn't anywhere else. Like, you look at RE, but RE's everywhere. Final Fantasy 16 is everywhere now.
The reason I think that remake and like reimagining culture is so prevalent is that we are chasing a thing. You watched a show recently that mentioned that gaming, the technology of gaming and the graphics of gaming and what we can do even on a console, on your cell phone even, has plateaued. Yeah. And so we are now chasing a feeling rather than an innovation. And it's not a bad thing at all because, you get people who they pick up the original RE2 and they can't play it because of the mechanics. But they can play RE2 Make. And then that gives them the whole new experience and a foot into somewhere that they wouldn't have had.
Right.
So... Don't mind my dog.
It's commentator number 3.
RE2 OG's his favorite. He has a lot of commentary. Yeah, don't listen to him.
He's not a remake guy. If people even bring up modern controls and not those classic tankies, oh, he'll knock your camera down. Oh, he don't care. He's RE2 on the GameCube, best game ever outside of Final Fantasy X.
But yeah, that's what I think we're doing. It's a whole new jar that we're opening when we still have jars of preserves back from the 1900s. And by that, I mean 1990, when you were born. But it's...
Busted.
That's, I think, make the decision. Again, we'll always say this. We don't gatekeep people. If you hate the Sims Moo Bucks, then don't buy them.
Yeah.
If there's a pack that I want, that I like, that I'm going to go and get, sure. Did I ever think that I would ever have V-Bucks? No. And yet I do, because I need John Cena. Yeah. Okay? Like, sometimes...
I never in my life thought I would play Fortnite until Guitar Hero, the festival.
And so, like, my point with that is, do what feels best for you. If the Switch 2 is something that you want, it's worth that investment for you, by all means do it. But if you're sitting there on your own island and you're saying, hey, I'm never going to do any of this because, never say never, first of all. And being a part, I'm not as huge into The Sims as a lot of people are, but being part of the Simmer community, being a creator of my own challenges, of my own storylines and my own custom saves on the PC, what I will say to that is, look before you leap. Look before you leap and make a decision that's going to benefit you. And if your audience has a problem with that, that's their beef.
Yeah. And after a while, I think I know where you're going to. You have to be willing to bet on yourself.
Yes.
I've caught flack from friends, from community members, from family even on the PS Pro. I don't regret that purchase. Like, I don't regret upgrading to it from the PS5, just the same as I don't regret when I got a Steam Deck. Like, if I got a Switch 2, I probably wouldn't regret it. There would be reasons for me to play it. It's like the ROG. I have found things that I like to tinker with. It's this little... I got a Game Boy Advance. Why do I need a Game Boy Color? It's just sitting here. Because opportunity could knock. Like, it's... What you're saying is 100% accurate. As long as you're at the helm and you're content with what you're doing, pull the trigger. Like, obviously, don't go bankrupt. Let's be responsible now. But that's kind of the reservation I've reached with where we're at with hardware, and everything's like, yeah, the Switch 2 might very well be the last console-esque thing that we get, and then the rest of it will be gutting that machine over there and putting a better motherboard in it or doing better RAM, and that's where your console upgrade money goes, and then you're set for however long you're set for, right? I think largely, we have plateaued, and the advances we're going to see are going to be in upscaling techniques, which of course leverage GPUs, so graphics cards will always be there. But also, like, the spirit, and this is what you were talking about, the spirit of what made games great and entertaining goes straight to a game like Clair Obscur for the elements that it took from games like Persona, games like Chrono Trigger and Mario RPG. Like, that's what you mean, and you're 100% right.
The other thing
that's
I would
where we're
urge
going.
Is that just because you know how a story ends doesn't make it not worth the story.
Yeah.
And that's a big, huge thing that I see a lot, especially so to akin back to, when we were paring down our video games, we also pared down a lot of our streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to the point of, we can't watch the finale of Stranger Things this exact day. We have to watch it a day later. And someone that we know said, well, there's no way I can stay off the internet for a day. First of all,
yep.
I was born in 1983, so no. Second of all, why does it matter? Why does it matter? Take your favorite thing, your favorite movie, your favorite song, your favorite book, your favorite video game, whatever it be, and ask yourself truly, knowing what you know, is it no longer your favorite? I'm willing to bet you're going to say, well, that's stupid. Well, you saying that I have to get on this game, otherwise it's going to be spoiled for me and I'm going to miss an experience is stupid. That mentality is dumb. It doesn't make sense. Experience things for what they are. It's not always about the end.
Yep.
Sometimes it's about the journey.
Oh, and that's 100% true. And I actually just recently, so go into kind of what we're talking about with our channel stuff, put up a video surrounding going at your own pace. The idea of one of my favorite quotes being the better is the enemy of good enough. You won't believe who actually quoted that. That's my dad, of all people. Not some random philosophizer. It was my dad. A surprisingly clever fellow, that one. But things like that I address in that video talking about pace, and this is all to do one thing and one thing alone. It's to combat that FOMO, baby. Like, here's the deal. We can all support our favorite developers, especially when they're basically shouldering the industry. I mean, Capcom, let somebody else have the limelight. Damn! Like, but we also don't have to constantly be just blowing money or, worried about having something spoiled or an experience or something like that. You will get to it when you get to it. I finished Supernatural long after a lot of people did. I also finished Seinfeld a long time after people did. And spoilers, I will likely, whenever they take it off the air, finish The Simpsons after a bunch of other people did. That's awesome. When I finish it, that'll be when I'm done with it. When I finish it. You don't have to keep up with people. You don't. And you shouldn't. Because if it's one thing I've learned from replaying Final Fantasy VII, which I haven't played in years until I just randomly felt one day, hey, this could be fun. Dude, just kick back and relax and be in the moment.
To Kingdom Hearts, it reminds me of when I met you. When we met, we were recommending games to each other. Mm-hmm. And I remember you asking me what kind of games I like to play. And because of God of War, mm-hmm. you recommended Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, which I have not yet played either. However, I do think it's in the same wheelhouse. But then, my recommending Kingdom Hearts to you because you like JRPGs, and you being like, well, I'm not on the Kingdom Hearts bus. And when you finally got on it, it wasn't any less magical. And the thing is, there's two types of people. There's me, and then there's your best friend on the planet who'll say, well, yeah, I told you it was magical. You gotta experience things for yourself. So am I happy that you picked it up and found it just as magic? Yes! Yes, I am. Would I have hated you if you didn't like it? No, because that is your prerogative. Mm-hmm. That's what makes us all beautiful, wonderful people, is we think differently, and we all agree that Resident Evil 9 is a 7.
It's funny you went there because I was about to go, exactly, because one of these days you're gonna call Resident Evil 9 a 10. We'll get there, but not today. How funny that we both reached the same place. All right, Noisy. What are you doing on your channel? What's going on over this coming
All right, well, we all know we're simming, and we're simming strong, but coming to the Noisy Face channel, we've got 2 new playthroughs. We have our Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer, which I finally got to work, and when it popped off, boy howdy did it pop off. And then we have Crime Scene and Sing, where we play Crime Scene Cleaner, and there's no audio except for me singing Disney songs.
Oh, so you don't even get the satisfying sound of one squeegee?
You do not.
Wow.
You do not.
What?
Unless it's me being like, squeegee.
Squeegee, 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 squeegee. Squeegee, squeegee. There you go. You can just edit that over all your future playthroughs. You're welcome for the free audio. All right. Well, over in my neck of the woods. Now, at the time of this recording, it's not quite the end of March. So, incredible video coming at the end of March. A short and sweet one, I'll be honest. But, a pretty awesome one. Surrounding our favorite little mini handheld platform. And my god, a 2026 game that is taking the world by storm. Other than that, though, I guess I gotta get back to the Sims grind. I feel like I'm in trouble now, so make sure to tune in for more to Simfinity and Beyond uploads, because I'm not just gonna lay down. Please. Come on, I got the Platinum in RE9 in like 5 days. I should be able to wrap this up. So here we go. 2,
which is not part of the $300 deal, sadly.
No. Which is wrong, by the way. Like, that's an incomplete bundle.
Now I don't even need Batu. Previously, I needed Batu to have sword fighting. Oh, no, because you got lightsabers, and now I do not.
Nope, now you need it.
Because I was gifted the royalty pack, whatever it is.
No, you need it because Royalty Pack doesn't have lightsabers. Or the Millennium Falcon.
You don't get the Millennium Falcon.
How do you know? You don't have Batu. You don't know what's there.
Because I know.
You don't have a framed picture of Chewbacca because you
You
don't have
get
Batu.
that either.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know about the expansion journey to Batu. Not like us
Wouldn't that be
informed
the kicker?
Sims
Sims
folk.
community, wouldn't that be the fucking kicker? Is if you earn the fucking moo money,
Moo
and then the
mother.
only place you could convert it in your game
Oh, is in
was
Batu.
for like Batu and whatever fucking currency goes there. You can only convert it for Batu.
Now you gotta
coins.
roll up into the freaking cantina.
Oh, that is it.
I know it is. As a Batu aficionado, I
Sorry,
know
my
what
son
you
is
can get.
distracting me.
Oh, don't you worry about him. But yeah, don't worry. Batu will be yours before you know it. Man, that's gonna suck for you. Oh, buddy. Oh, he's a blue shell beater. You know why that is? Because he's never in first. All right, guys. That is going to wrap it up for the Button Mash
Mug Smash.
Little Vodcast with me, Paladevin, and
A noisy face.
guys, we will see you next month. Until then, have a good one.